Democrats are not only on the verge of losing the midterms, they could also be on the verge of losing the media. President Biden trying to paint the picture of a perfect economy, but the voters and you and the media say otherwise. Our Fox News analysis shows that 78% think the state of the economy is not so good or poor, and 3 major liberal outlets are suddenly getting tough on President Biden's rosy depictions of a strong economy. Get this, the Washington Post has a fact checker, and they awarded the president, Joe Biden, a bottomless Pinocchio. The New York Times says Biden is exaggerating his economic wins, and CNN called him out on a bunch of false and misleading claims. Dana, what is is timing everything in this, or has it just become too much?
I think it got to be too much, and if you think it's bad today, wait until tomorrow, because that's when the media is going to start saying they should have done this and they should have done that, and they'll start nitpicking them. One of the things I remember from being in the White House when we had the majority up until 2006, when that flipped, the media's attention immediately turned to Capitol Hill, and we were on the back foot for a lot of that. And that will start happening. Also, the media tomorrow will start asking if President Biden should run again. I think their answer is going to be no.
I mean, they picked out things like, for example, he says gas is $3.39. No, it's $3.72. You won 7,000 miles with President Xi of China. You never won 7,000 miles with President Xi of China. Why do they care now, Jesse?
Well, I think they're trying to CYA.
Yeah.
Because they have to before the election. I'm going to steal Judge's line from the last block. Where have you been? Where have you been? You can't all of a sudden throw Pinocchios at them on the 7th of November.
Right.
I mean, where were those Pinocchios last year?
Yeah.
Or on the campaign trail. Judge, are you surprised by the timing and that everyone seems to be on the same page on the left?
No, because listen, the truth is that the media understands what's coming down the pike. And what's coming down the pike is because the media, the left, the Democrats have all been in cahoots. They want to somehow, take themselves out of that equation and say, oh, no, we've been criticizing him, too. The truth is the media is an essential part of the Democrat lies that they've been spewing for the last 2 years. If you ask Joe Biden, he says the economy is better than ever.
Right. And does this remind you, Harold, at all of with Clinton when he got plastered in his midterm, or Obama when he got shellacked?
It does, and you have to come out and say that we've done some things wrong, we've got to correct some things. I'd remind you that Ron Klain got into a big kind of verbal fist fight with CNN a year ago, saying, and we covered it on the show, how he thought they weren't being covered fairly. So I quarrel a little bit with you think that they're in the back pocket of Democrats. I do think that they're going to have to be more candid about what's working and what's not working. What I hope will also happen, I think some of the far left in my party, their intentions, I think, are good in wanting to help the country, but their plan and their implementation have not been. And Democrats are going to have to make a decision. If tonight goes like we think it may go, do you want to win elections and help govern the country in a way that advances our strategic objectives? Or do you want to side with a group of people who may have good intentions, but are just woefully inadequate when it comes to developing a real plan and being able to implement that plan? That's what Democrats are going to have to really assess this evening, I think, regardless of the outcome, but especially if we lose. And I do hope, again, Republicans are interested in problem solving, and I hope there's some Democrats that want to join them if they win the majority.
If they start talking about impeaching Joe Biden,
it's a bad thing.
Investigating, that would be a terrible thing.
No, they won't.
But there is talk about that, and I think it'll be a waste of time.
What a mistake.
All right. I guess you got set to tease out. Do I tease out still?
Yeah, tease out.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.